Hey guys, so today I'm actually going to do a talk through video because it's super quiet in the house, which is really rare, so I'm going to take this opportunity. And don't mind this red spot right here. I got a whitehead growing there because, you know, everybody loves whiteheads. So I kind of want to do this video and really get in detail and show you guys the process instead of having me do a voiceover or I don't talk at all and you kind of just guess. So the star of the show today is this palette. It's super cheap, so you just have to go on juvias.com, and I think this was, I want to say 15 bucks. It's really a good price, and I'll show you guys the colors. It's very neutral because I know lately on my channel I have been doing bright colors, and I know that's not for everybody, and I totally understand that. So let's get started, okay? So first we're going to start out by priming our eyes, and I prefer using concealer because it stays in place, where some eyeshadow primers, they have oil in it, and like mine will crease instantly when I use it. So I don't know if that's just me, but if you guys prefer eyeshadow primer, go ahead and use it. So I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair, and I'm just going to do a little dot on both the eyelids. And then I'm going to take the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. It's kind of like just a buffer, and I buff out that concealer. Now I do want to do a huge shout out to my uncle. He made me my beautiful Vandy mirror, and I love it so much. It's like my dream come true as a child. So now that we have that buffed out, we're gonna grab a different brush and some loose powder. Any loose powder that's the same color or translucent will work, but I'm gonna use the RCMA because this is my ride or die. And I'm gonna use the Real Techniques Base Shadow Brush. So we're just gonna set that so that concealer doesn't move and your eyeshadow is like flawless all day. Now that we're all close and personal. So first we're gonna go into a transition shade. So transition shade, you want more of a lighter, that way it's blending, you can blend it out easily with all the other colors. So I'm going to pick up my favorite crease brush, and this is the Morphe M441. So now we're gonna go and pick up, let's do this orange shade right here. We're gonna pick up a little bit and add that into our crease. Now, when I first go in with the product, I just go in windshield wiper motions, and then when that product starts wearing off, then I'll start doing circular motions to smoke it out so it's not a harsh line. And if you want the color to be more intense, which I'm always going for more intense, just pick up more of that eyeshadow and just build up the color. And just focus this really. So I want to do a halo eye today, and so I'm going to go all the way into the inner corner and on the outer corner. I'm just going to spread it all out. I'm going to go in with another transition shade. I mean, you could go in with this one and be totally fine and add on a darker color, but I like to build up my colors to make it more unique. So I'm going to pick up, using that same brush, I'm just going to pick up the kind of tannish shade next to it. So the first one was more orange and this one's more tan, and we're just going to put it in that exact same spot, doing the exact same technique. Okay, now we're going to pick up, sorry, some of my brushes are super dirty. I had to clean them, but we're going to pick up the Morphe M443 brush. It's kind of like a fat, flat, but fluffy brush. And since we are doing a halo eye, it's okay to get it in the middle of the lid. Just make sure this right here is clear. So we're going to add a lot of product in the inner corner and the outer corner. So now I'm gonna go in with a darker shade, and I think I'm gonna pick up this brown right there at the bottom. And just a little bit, so just tap it, and then if you don't want too much product, just tap it off a little bit, but that's okay, you can always blend it out. So I'm gonna focus this on the outer corner, put this product in the outer corner, and then slowly start bringing it into the crease when there's not as much product. And you can always build it up, so I'm gonna go from back and then add in the corner and then add back. So just go back and forth, that way it's super even as possible and we're not getting too crazy or uneven. We're just gonna build up that dark color. So just, I pat it in and then I blend it out, because I want that product to be really on there, because I want the outer and the inner corner to be super dark, so it gives that halo effect that we are going to try to achieve today. Okay, so, sorry, my nose is itchy. So now that I repeat it on the other side. Now, so the fluffier the brush, the less product you're gonna add on, and the more dense the brush, the more product it's going to add on. So I'm gonna go in with that same brush that we set my concealer with. I just cleaned it off, and then it's super fluffy, so it's not gonna pick up a lot. And I'm gonna use that for a darker shade, because I don't want a crap ton of dark shade on there and then just overpower it and make it look super choppy and not cute. So we're gonna go in with this dark shade right here, and just a little bit, I don't want too much, and then we're gonna focus that on the outer corner and use a super light hand so you don't get too much, because you can always build up but you can never take away. Just remember. So see how that's just getting a little bit darker, and then I'm gonna add it in the crease like normal, like I did with all the other shades. And then we're gonna do it into the inner corner eye too. And just build it up until it's as dark as you want. You can definitely skip this step, but it won't have a halo effect if it's not like dark. So you want it to kind of fade in, so the inner corner will, not the inner corner, but the middle of the eye will be the main point. So it will look very 3D and just all put together instead of just dark, light, dark. You want it to be seamlessly together. Alright, so before we do the inner corner, I want to smoke this out a little bit more so there's not so many harsh lights. So we're going to go back in that brush, and I just kind of cleaned it off on my towel. So this was the first brush that we used for the crease, and just blend it out. Use windshield wiper motions and circular motions just to make it so it's not such a harsh line. You want it really blended out. This may sound weird, but I feel like I have my life put together when I have this mirror, instead of trying to do all my makeup in little tiny mirrors that come with the palette or my oval one that I have right here, which I think everybody in their dog has. Now for the best part, we're going to use 2 shades because I want to build it up. Oh my gosh, Jillian's over there waving at me like a weirdo.
What up, YouTube?
Okay, be quiet. That's your rule for staying in here. So the first shade, let's see what I want to go in with. I think I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It's kind of shimmer. I don't know if you can see it very well. And then it just like a flat brush. Any flat brush will do. We're just going to pick a little bit up, and we're going to go down. We're not going to go side to side just yet, but when we're first adding, sorry, I'm like burping on camera, that's weird. Okay, so we're just gonna start patting down, but you see how I'm kind of packing it down and then dragging, so I'm setting and dragging. And just build up that color to where you want it. This is a very brassy color and I think it's so pretty. So now we're gonna go back when there's like no product on it and kind of blend it out with those dark shadows. So it's not just shimmer and then matte. It's kind of just all blended out seamlessly. Now that it kind of gave it a little bit of highlight right there, we're gonna go in with a lighter color and just press it right in the middle to make it look really 3D instead of more flat. We're gonna use the primer water. So, just spray this. I hate doing this because it gets all everywhere. Now we're gonna go in with, it's the one right on top, and it's kind of like a, you can't really see in the camera, but it's kind of like a champagne color, and it'll look really pretty with the bronze and the brown. So we're just gonna pick up a little bit, like on the corner, sorry you can't see, and then lightly. Don't use a lot of pressure, and we're just gonna pat that right in the middle. And see how it just made it even more 3D? Okay. Now, we are done with the eyeshadow. We're gonna add falsies, so I'm just gonna do a thin line of eyeliner over so the band can mix together. I'm gonna go in with my NYX Liquid Liner. So I'm gonna pull my eyelid down so I can get super close to the lash band, and I'm just gonna make a thin line. See how it doesn't really make a difference, but it's there, so it'll help your eyelashes blend together. Now that we have the line, we're gonna add mascara, and this is my favorite drugstore mascara. This is the Colossal Volume Express, and you can build it up. And it kind of wings out your further eyelashes, so I like to flick it out this way to spread my eyelashes and make them more long in the end. Oh, I just poked myself in the eye. Alright, now that we popped on mascara, we're gonna pop on some lashes. These are the new Ardell Faux Mink, the 812. They're kind of wispy, but I don't want thick eyelashes today. Alright guys, now that I've applied my lashes and everything, they look super natural, and they're actually really comfortable, which is amazing because everybody loves comfortable lashes. This is the NYX Angel Veil. This is oil free, so I just grabbed that much, mix it together, and spread it all over my face. Now, I have like intense smile lines, and my foundation always creases, and I read up on it, and people said use the Milani eyeshadow primer and just really buff it in there before you do your foundation. I'm just gonna give it a try because I need help. Alright, so I'm just gonna pick up a little bit like that and really buff it in. We're gonna use the Badescu stuff. This is super cheap. This is like $12 for this huge bottle. I love it. It is for all skin types, and it smells so good. It smells like roses, and I love roses. So we're just gonna spray that all over our face. I recommend not talking while you spray that because you'll get a mouthful of it like I just did, and it doesn't really taste good. So I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. For foundation, since we're going more affordable look, we're going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, and I'm in the shade 110 Porcelain. This is the lightest shade. Seriously, it's so easy to find my foundation. I just go with the lightest shade and it's perfect. I'm gonna use my finger to apply it, just little dabs. Get it all in there. We're gonna take a clean beauty blender, and if you guys have beauty blenders, which I'm pretty sure everybody does, everybody and their dog, I really prefer this solid cleaner. I just cleaned it. It was so easy, and it got my beauty blender so clean. Like, it looks so brand new, and it's not, which is great because it saves you money. So we're just gonna buff that out with a beauty blender. And when I get closer to my eyebrows and in between my eyebrows, I pinch it so it's smaller so it's easy to blend out. And I really don't have any cheap concealers right at this moment. So I'm just gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape. And you guys, this is $30, but it's amazing. I think of mine lasts me my last tube. I just replaced this. It lasts me about, I wanna say 4 months, and that's really good for like $32 because it's getting your money worth. I know when I buy drugstore stuff, it tends to run out fast, but this is thick, so you don't need a lot of product. And we're just gonna buff that out with a beauty blender. So I used the end, the round part, for my foundation all around, and then to get into the inner corner and get it really deep in there, I use, oh that sounds so dirty, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. To get it in close to your eye, I like to use the little tip. Oh my god, that sounds even more dirty. The skinny part of the beauty blender. Now that's all buffed out, we're going to set the face with the, where'd it go? Oh, right here. Translucent powder. This is like $12 and I got this in October and I haven't even gone through half of it, so I definitely recommend it. I kind of like bake. I haven't been baking lately. I like to press the powder in, so I add a lot of powder and then I'll start pressing it in. And yes, my beauty blender is still a little bit damp. I think it picks up the product more. I'm gonna go in with my Hoola bronzer. And, I mean, this is a good price. I don't remember. Oh my god, I should have done that. But it's a really good bronzer, and I find it works really well for my pale skin. And I don't remember it being super expensive, but if you guys have another bronzer that's cheap, go ahead and use it. And if you're pale like me, please let me know if you find a bronzer that's drugstore, because that would really help me out. Go in with the Morphe 523. Yeah, so this is my favorite contour brush because it's just like skinny but buff, so it doesn't pick up a lot of product, but you can really get it into your contour. Now we're gonna go into blush, and I'm gonna use the Milani powder blush. So cute, it's like a little rose, I love it. And this is Romantic Rose. It's super neutral, and my favorite go-to blush brush is the Morphe E4 because it's at an angle and it doesn't pick up a lot of product. I'm gonna fluff it. I'm not putting a lot of pressure down because I don't want my cheeks to be too colorful. So now we're gonna go to highlight, which is pretty much everybody's favorite part. Alright, now this is more of another high-end product. I'm sorry guys, I just don't have a cheap highlight. So I'm gonna pick up my I'm gonna pick up my Glow Kit by Anastasia in Sundipped, and my go-to is to mix these two colors together. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today and it's so embarrassing. So I'm gonna mix Summer and Moonstone with my Morphe 501. Oh gosh, I almost forgot. So before we do that, everybody likes the intense highlight. So if you're like me, I use the Badescu. I spray it all over my face and it gets my face wet and it adds more highlight and it makes it pop, which is amazing. I'm gonna mix those two shades together, just 2 taps on each. Now we're gonna go in with one of our flat brushes in that same highlighter, and we're gonna do a little inner corner highlight. I'm gonna pick up just the gold. Okay, so now that we have our highlight and everything done, our face, we're gonna go back to the eyes and do the under eye. First, I like to go in with a angled brush to get really close to the eyelash line and then buff it out. So we're gonna go in with the darkest shade that we applied, which is this one right here, and my Real Techniques brow brush. And just press it in where your eyelash line is. Then we're gonna go back in with the M433 Morphe brush, which is that flat brush, and pick up, just mix, I'm gonna mix these two, the orange and the topaz shade, and buff it out. I like to look up because then I feel less scared to poke myself in the eye. Alright, now that that's done, we're going to pop some mascara on, and I'm going to use the same Maybelline Colossal Express. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to move to the lip. Now, the lip that we're going to do today, I think this one will look really pretty. Maybe a lighter shade. Why not? I haven't used a liquid lipstick in forever. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dusty Rose liquid lipstick. It's kind of like a mauve-y purple undertone. Alright, now that we're done with the lips, we're going to put on some setting spray, and this is my new favorite. This is the Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. I don't remember the price. I think it was $9, but I mean, it has a lot in there. And we're just going to spray this all over our face. And that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys find this video super helpful, then give this video a thumbs up, and if you loved it, then don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys!